Thank you so much. My name is Matt Barrett, and I never imagined that I would be here at the Spirit of Justice dinner, speaking in front of 1,000 people. And I'm not a speaker at all, so I'm kind of between nervous and petrified. So bear with me on this, okay? Growing up on the South Shore, knowing I was a gay man, South Shore in the house. Knowing I was a gay man, I never dreamed that we would see marriage for gay and lesbian couples here in Massachusetts, never mind the whole country. Thank you, GLAAD. In 2007, I met Ed. We've been together for 8 years. We've been married for 3. In fact, we just celebrated our 3rd wedding anniversary 2 weeks ago. Thank you. We live in Dorchester with our 2 dogs, Judge and Felony. So I'm here tonight because of something else that I never expected, to be denied a job because I had a husband. I was married to Ed. We were married in Provincetown in front of 100 guests. Provincetown, yeah. In 2013, I applied for a food service director job at Fontbonne Academy, which is an all-girls Catholic school for girls, a prep school in Milton. I've always loved cooking. I've always worked in food service for 21 years now. I love to cook. I love to eat. Ed loves to eat, right? I studied culinary arts at Plymouth South Vocational School, where I grew up. Plymouth, again, in the house? In the house? No. I worked in large corporate cafeterias. And when the fallout of the economic crash hit me, I was out of a job for 2 years. So I was happy to eventually find part-time work for the Milton Public Schools, where I was a head cook. Milton, in the house? When I saw the Fontbonne job, I figured it was the ideal job for me. It was close to my house, it was full-time, and it was working in the schools, which I enjoyed. Of course, I knew Fontbonne was a Catholic school, but with my job being a food service director, it had nothing to do with religion. Making muffins for breakfast, burgers for lunch, nothing at all with religion. And marriage was legal in the state, in Massachusetts. And by coincidence, my mother has a very dear friend that's actually a retired nun for the Sisters of St. Joseph, which is the order that runs Fontbonne Academy. And so I saw her one day. I said, do you think that they're going to have an issue with this, with me working at the school? And she said, absolutely not. In this day and age, absolutely not. They're going to love you. They're just going to love you. And that's the way she left it. Well, she was right, mostly right. They did love me, and after 3 great interviews, I was offered the job, which I gladly accepted. And I was so excited. Of course, I wanted to go home and tell Ed. And of course, the second thing was to post it on Facebook, because that's what you do, right? I never spoke about my marriage with Ed at all during these interviews. It had nothing to do with the job, with any of it. But I did something that everybody has done in this room. I filled out the emergency contact paper, and I put Ed and I put husband in the relationship spot. The head of school told me that they couldn't hire me, actually, because it was not contrary to the Catholic faith. It was against their teachings and their faith. So I left that meeting very upset and a lot of things running through my head. The first, I gave notice to my Milton Public Schools. So I was like, do I have a job? I didn't even have a job at this point. I'm unemployed. The second was it felt wrong. It just felt wrong. Now I had to go home, tell Ed and all my family and friends who I just celebrated with 2 days earlier that I no longer had this job. And one after another, they just told me, this is wrong, it's discrimination. How could they do this? It's wrong. So at this point, I already gave my notice to Milton, so I had to go crawling back to them to see if I had my job at all, try and get my old job back. And when I did, my supervisor sent me the nicest email. She said to me, we'd love to have you back. Your time to shine will come when the time and place was right. So I was like, wow, good things really happen after what just happened to me. The final thing I never expected was to be a plaintiff in a civil rights lawsuit. I've never been an activist of any kind, and I just felt this was wrong. We sued Fontbonne in 2014, and Glad's lawyers have been hard at work for me over this case. They just sent me a stack like that big of all the copies of the legal documents that they filed in court last week, actually. So we're all excited that this fall we'll have a hearing and a date in court over this case. Thank you. So here's the thing. It never occurred to me to be anything but honest on that document, on that emergency contact information. But if I put friend or roommate, I would have had that job. But I didn't want to go back in the closet, so I wrote husband. And my husband, Ed, who's right there, who I love so much, and he's my better half, probably, right? He makes me complete. So without him, I have nothing. So I love you. So I want to thank everybody in this room tonight for supporting me and supporting GLAD. Thank you.